Hi, and welcome back to the channel. So a little over a year ago, I recorded a video that compares Campfire Pro to Campfire Blaze. And if you're not familiar with these programs, these are essentially writing tools that help you establish characters, world building, and just a number of different sections that you can have for either your role-playing games or your fantasy novels, or just something that's like a major work that requires a lot of planning. And they're the same thing from the same company. The difference is Campfire Pro is a desktop legacy program, and then Blaze is, again, module-based, where you really only buy the modules you need and you kind of put your own thing together. And this comparison video ended up being my most popular video on the channel right now, and a lot of you who are here may have actually come here through this video, so hopefully you know what this is. But I wanted to let you guys know that there's some news that dropped this week that I actually got the email on Monday. So I'm a little late in getting this out, but I did think nevertheless it's important to get this out, since again a lot of my viewers are probably interested in this program. So that news, if we go over to my email, is Campfire Pro is going away as of January 31st of this year. And the reason it's going away is because it's a legacy software that Campfire Technologies, when they built it was kind of on a whim, which, I don't know if any of you are subscribed to them, so you may have gotten the same email. But if you haven't, then essentially the story is that they can't update it anymore, and they haven't been able to do it for basically 3 years now. And the whole reason why they built Campfire Blaze was to expand the capability of the Campfire system. And so that's why we are where we are on this. But with Campfire Pro, it is a legacy software, and a lot of people bought it just for the very idea of being offline, of not having to pay a subscription. It runs faster and all of that, but it's also limited in what it can accomplish. And that is the unfortunate legacy of Campfire Pro, was at some point it was going to become obsolete, and it's been that way for a while now. But even Campfire Technology, they're now saying that it's done. And so if there was ever a time you wanted to buy it, it's going to have to be between now and the 31st. And that includes their website, Steam, and whatnot. So if you've never used this program, again, you can watch the video that I recorded a year and a half ago, so you can see it in action. And it's easy to find. It's on it's my most popular video. Just go to my front page and for the most popular, and you'll find it. But if you've never used it, the whole purpose is you can develop like characters, world building, different components of your world, and have a fair plan, basically in all the same engine. And then of course Blaze was going to update that with new ideas and whatnot. So if we go look at the Campfire Pro page, I'll show you more of what it actually is. So this is the official page for Campfire Pro, and as you can see from the tagline, this is where it all started. The official web address is www.campfirewriting.com/pro, and this is one, I think, probably the only place really that's left that you can get it. And again, this is going away on January 31st. But you can see that you can get the entire thing for $74.98, and that includes the world building tools, which is originally the add-on. But the purpose of this really is just to give you a central place where you can build your stories, ideas from within, and do all your world building. You can connect your maps and all of that. It's a really interesting program, but they did recognize that their infrastructure didn't really permit them to keep building on it, and so that's why they rebuilt it as Blaze. And that's also why it's going away, because at some point it is taking up too much room on them. I guess maybe it's not selling anymore. I'm not sure, but the idea is they can't support it anymore. They can't update it, and when technology gets old, that kind of opens the door to other problems. So they are encouraging people to move to their new main software, which is going to be the Campfire Writing App, formerly Blaze. It's not really called anything now. It's just Campfire, and then officially it's now called Campfire Writing, I believe. I just saw it earlier. But anyway, you have if you go into the right section here, you can go right home. This is an area where you can select what you want to do, or it kind of personalizes your experience. You have game masters and players. Again, it's a lot of this is geared toward role-playing game designers, and then of course anybody who does epic fantasy like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, and so on. Certainly you've got that section. We can take a quick look at the site here. This is an example of what the panels look like when you build them. Now, in my test from a couple years ago, I did go through most of the modules that were available for beta. And a lot of them, I mean, they've improved significantly, but the character designer was the one I was most impressed with, even beyond what Campfire Pro did, because it gave you at least 50 different character types you can develop. So the thing that I always liked about this particular type of Campfire was the fact that when you get a module that's really good, then you may as well keep it, right? You may as well buy that module. So if you go into pricing, you can see that that's how this is all set up. Is you buy according to the module, and you can buy it by month, or you can go annual or lifetime. So if you do the all price or all module pricing, you'll see everything that they offer here according to monthly, annual, or lifetime. If you don't go lifetime, you'll see that you can get a single module for most of the time. It's $30, which is, I mean, I think fair if you plan to use it enough. I mean, it's all going to add up to about $300 total, which is, again, triple the price, actually no, quadruple the price of Pro, but it's a lot more items, and again, they're going to continuously support it, update it, probably add new items, I'm guessing, although I don't know that I've seen anything new since I tested, but it doesn't mean they won't ever. And if they're ever going to plan on adding new things, this is where they would do it, clearly. So, and here it is, Campfire Write is the new name. So if you are interested in either Pro or the former Blaze, I mean, this is really your only option anymore, is to get writing. And I don't know if you like that or hate it, or if you're indifferent to it, but that's the way it's going to be. So if you are interested in Pro, if you ever were interested in Pro, again, at this point, do you really want it? I mean, this definitely will allow you to do more stuff than Pro will do. And I can just tell you from experience, I haven't used it much since I bought it, to be honest. But again, I write different types of stories, so I don't really need that much in depth. But you may, depending on the type of work that you're writing or developing, if you're a game maker. So you may still find benefit in this. But yeah, if you ever plan on this, I mean, I think your best bet now officially, and this, I know some of you asked my opinions in the comments. My opinion officially is just go with Campfire Write. It is web-based, so that part sucks. Unfortunately, I don't think anything web-based is ever that great. That being fully offline and on your desktop can't improve. But we're not in that world anymore. So if your computer can handle web-based apps pretty well, then I just my advocation is just go for this. If you're interested in this type of app, again, I personally am not a fan of it, only because it's too much for what I write, and I never like these draft services. I still think Microsoft Word and Scrivener are the best ones, only because they're powerful and they don't try to rewrite your text as you're in the middle of writing it, like most Google-based web apps do, including ones that I actually like. And again, if you go back and through my last few videos, you'll see a few that I recommend in spite of that. But at the end of the day, I will always advocate for desktop only, but that's not what you're getting anymore, and that's not what people are making anymore. So if you're going to settle for anything that gives you all of this, then Campfire Write is the better option. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there since it is news, and I don't cover enough news here, but I do think maybe I should start. So that's the other thing, is I was going to ask you guys if you can just let me know in the comments if you like news stories on writing apps or just anything in the writing field. If so, I'll try to do more of these. Right now I don't have very many at all. A lot of it is because they do expire after a while, but I am interested in keeping you guys up to date on things like that. So let me know if you like this, if you want to have more videos like this where I just tell you what's going on, so you can find out whether or not you're about to miss out on something important. Yeah, so just let me know. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things YouTubers tell you to do. And if you want to support my channel, you can go check out my website and subscribe to my newsletter, and check out my books. Do bear in mind, if you subscribe to my newsletter, it's not really about this. It's going to be more about just stuff that I'm doing with my books and other things like that. It doesn't mean I'm not going to include the occasional article, but I'm trying to make it more for readers than I am for people looking for writing apps. So if you're only here for the writing apps, this may, my newsletter may not be right for you, at least not at this point. But I am looking for other options, including push notifications, which I just got a tool a little while ago that will make that happen. And that would be a likelier place where I might have more articles like this. So if you're interested in keeping up with written articles or videos about this kind of content, then the push notifications might be the better way to go when I hook it up. So if you go there right now, I can't guarantee it's going to be up and ready yet, at least as of this recording. But if you see it, it'll be in the bottom left corner here, and you can subscribe to it as you would my newsletter. I'm still going to give a lot of the same information that I would give in my newsletter. It's just it's going to be in a different format and maybe a little more in line with what you want, maybe. But I don't want to predict that yet. So at the end of the day, check it out and see if it's what you like. And if it's not, you can always unsubscribe. But anyway, that's my news story, and I hope you all are doing well and having a nice warm January like I am. So anyway, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.